Right, so I found my old Minolta bag, and in there was, I don't know if you can see, about 5 Minolta bodies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bodies. Now, the first was this one, and this is the limited edition Minolta Dynax 8000i. Now, this came with a white flash, which I've got coming, and a white lens, which I don't own at all. However, just put a battery in. It did take a while to actually work, but when it did, it's beautiful. Yeah, the only thing is, I don't know if you can see. No, you can't really see. Inside there was there's some bleed on the LCD, so it doesn't work that well. So doesn't work that well. Doesn't look that good, if you see what I mean. And because of that, this camera is not built for speed. I remember trying to use it to take some photographs of flying birds. It says 3 frames per second. It's more like 1.5 frames per second. So 3 frames per second does not work on this camera. But I'm guessing when the flash gun comes and it's on, there is a bottom thing that you can fit to it, which I've got on my 7000i. But I'm not quite sure. I need to have a look. I need to download it, Minolta Dynax 8000i, and find out exactly what fits in the bottom. I'm sure it's just the extra handhold that just makes it a little bit bigger, because at the moment, holding it there, it's almost like ergonomically, not ergonomically for a guy with big hands, because look, to hold it like this is what I mean, to hold it like this seems a bit weird, whereas I'm used to bigger cameras where I'd hold it like that. So look, my bottom 2 fingers are missing, and now see, so it doesn't quite work. So but I'm used to the bigger camera body. Is the one, let me quickly show you one. Let's get up a second. So there you go, to proper illustrate what I mean. Look, so look where my bottom 2 fingers are. Now maybe if you're a photographer you can relate. Now look where the shutter is for the shutter finger. Yeah. So do you see where that is now? Now that's a pro feel to a camera. That's how a pro holds the camera. Now that's a running theme in all of these, to be fair, because the 9XI does have a bottom plate on, which makes it easier to hold and better to hold like that. So it's going to be interesting for street photography, fine, but for my cup of tea, beautiful, but for anything else, not good. So let's have a look at this one. So this is my Dynax 300 SI. Let's just put the battery in. Now this definitely wasn't any kind of pro camera at all. Again, just a normal point and shoot camera, but what's good about it is how it sets out all of the functions. So let me just attach a lens. I've got a bag of lenses here. AF 100 to 300. Let's see if this works on this one. Yes, it does. So let's look through. Too close. There we go. Listen to the shutter. No. Oh, there we go. So it does work. These are a bit more clunky, a bit more plasticky. Now obviously I came off the Minolta 9000, Nikon F3, Nikon F4, Canon EOS 1, which feel like a solid piece of metal in your hand. This very toyish. So this, I think, was the first one that replaced all the cards, the Minolta cards, which, oh, so there's one in there, look, see Dave, there's one in there, so I'll show you that one in a minute. So yeah, so these were the point and shoot cameras. So it says here that it's got 3 frames per second. Right, let's have a go then. Oh yeah, the zoom doesn't work on this camera, hence why you just got to pull it out. Right, so we've got focus. Ha! 3 frames per second. My foot back. That is not 3 frames per second. Anyway, there's just no value. These cameras are great little cameras, but there's just absolutely no value to them. So even if I sold it for like a £5, yeah, let me put on a, what's this one, 80 to 200. There we go, clicks in. Right, this might be a little bit better. It's definitely not a macro lens, that's for sure. Right, let's have a look here. Ready? Yep, so point and shoot, this is going to give you good photos. Right, 80 to 200. These lenses I've got no use for, so anybody wants to make a bit of a donation, let's just try this, try it on this one. Now these are built like tanks, these old Sigma lenses. This one is the 75 to 300, which I've recently just sold the Apo version. This isn't the Apo version, I've just sold the Apo version on eBay. Now let's have a look. This is push and pull. Let's try turning it on. So this is the push and pull zoom. For some reason this does not like, I don't know if the electrics have gone on this lens. I think the electrics have gone on this lens because it's definitely not auto-focusing. It manually focuses. I think this lens is gone. Right, let me just try another lens on and this will confirm. Ready? Now this is the lenses that came with this camera. Yeah, that lens is goose. That lens is for spares or repair, so I'll have to adjust the price. So I'm going to list it on eBay as soon as we've finished. All the zooms have gone in these. Yeah, right, see these XI zooms, the zoom goes, so that one's gone, that's the 80 to 200, so that's 2 that have gone, the zoom's gone. Right, let's try this one, 28 to 80. I think this is a manual zoom anyway. Yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, manual zoom. Right. Okay, so last camera to try. Right, so I've emptied this bag. Got one more lens in here, which is this one. A Sigma lens, so let's give that one a try. Now, before I condemn this Sigma lens, I'm going to try it on this body. So let's just switch over the batteries, and then I've got a 7XI which I want to try it on. So, and this one does take the Minolta cards, whereas that one doesn't, and that's because they'd replaced it. I mean, this even feels stronger. Okay, so that at least starts, focuses. Oh, the bleed on here, you can't see it. The bleed on here is ridiculous. The Dynax 5XI and the flash, did you see it? Comes up, takes the picture, right, ready, and then goes down. When you're ready, when you're ready, go down. 5, 4, 3,